we've managed to grab Jamie, who is the inventor and the founder of Naked. Have I said that right? Naked?
Naked, yep, as in no clothes.
As in no clothes. And it's so hot today, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm not giving anybody any suggestions or anything, but yeah.
Now, I've tried these bars and I love them. And they're not actually just vegan, they're raw vegan.
Right, they're made raw, so they're just raw fruit, nuts, and oats squished together. So there's no added sugar, nothing artificial. We've just tried to make the healthiest, most natural thing we could without messing about. And since there's fruit, the natural fruit makes it plenty sweet and moist. And so far, they've been the best-selling new natural food bar in the country.
And the thing is, they taste really good.
Yeah, that's. I don't quite understand why they haven't been invented before, to be honest, because they're easy to make, they're delicious, and they're cost-effective. So I don't understand why we were the first one to do it, but I'm glad we were.
It's crazy. But tell me then, what is your background in, and why did you decide to make a naked raw vegan product?
Well, I've been a health food guy forever, and then I kind of went off on this weird business track, and then eventually you get sick of gray suits and carpets and air conditioning, and you say, what do I really want to do? And then in the food world, you wanted to make something that you really could be proud of and that was actually right, and there's surprisingly few things, and then mix that with your lifestyle, and then at the same time, how can I make a company that does the right thing too? We partner with animal aid charities and Care International, just to say how can we as a company just use what little power we have to be helpful. And so all of that just kind of appealed to me and my group that we got behind us, and knock on wood, we've been really successful.
That's fantastic. But you're based over here now in the UK. Are the products going to head out to America?
So far, well, yeah, I know my Scottish accent can throw you off, I know. I moved here a few years ago, so I'm based up near Oxford. The bars are made in Wales. And yeah, we've started exporting already, so now we're in, I think, 6 or 8 countries in Europe. We're exporting up to Canada and the States, and talking about doing production in the US and in Australia. So there's just this hole in the market at the moment of things that are healthy, taste good, and ethically produced. There's just this huge hole. So it's interesting as we're kind of crossing over into mainstream buyers. So it's a really good time for everybody in this room, because finally your average customer is kind of getting interested in this stuff. And as it starts to taste better, and as the marketing and branding behind it gets a little better, there's a big opening for it. And the grocery stores are starting to have space to carry it, and it's just an interesting time.
And Jamie, do you think that it's because it's a really great product that it's done so well, or is there a special magic ingredient that you haven't told us about, or something that you're doing it because it's just skyrocketing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, I wish it was. I think it's really simple, and I talk to all these kind of big business food guys sometimes, and they make it so complicated. When you ask people what they want, they just want something simple they can trust, that tastes good, that's affordable, that doesn't have any junk in it. And you look around with those very reasonable criteria, and there isn't anything. There's things that are kind of promoted as healthy, but everybody flips over the pack and they find that thing that says, why did you put this odd chemical ingredient in it? And so I think it's just this really basic need. As people get a little more concerned about food, they want something simple, and that's kind of why we went to Naked. It was just pure, simple, delicious. People understand it, people trust it, and as there's more about superfoods and live enzymes and the benefits of it, people are becoming more and more aware. So we're not that clever,
You're just modest, aren't you?
We just kind of finally did what everybody has been asking for a long time, and the trick, kind of make it taste good and make it affordable, because it used to be that you could either get something healthy or you could get something that tasted good. And very rarely did the two meet as far as your mainstream person worked, and God forbid, and if it was healthy, it probably was too expensive. And so that's starting to merge, and it makes healthy eating, it makes vegan eating, it makes raw eating kind of accessible to the mainstream consumer.
And to everybody, because obviously you don't need to just be vegan or raw or whatever to enjoy a healthy, good product.
Right, because yes, you talk to a lot of just mainstream people that, for a long time, vegan, health food, it's too weird, that's not me, They don't have any problem with the concept of all natural. They just have this, don't quite understand the world, are a little intimidated by it, and the branding and the products don't feel like they're speaking to them. And you get rid of that and just say, hey, what do you have against raw fruit, nuts, and oats squished together? nothing, you know, and that's where I think this era is a really interesting one. And you look around here, there's a lot of companies that are starting to do that, and they're growing really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, Jamie, finally, what does the future hold for Naked?
Well, we're just growing so quickly because Naked, the idea is at every kind of eating occasion where you're eating something that you wish there was a healthier option. God, I'm eating these crisps and I know they're bad for me, but I'm hungry and they're so good. You know, there can be a Naked option for each one of those. So we've got bars and sweet snacks. We're working on savories and breakfast things. And the whole idea is pure, simple, you know, any more natural you'd have to peel it. That's kind of our mantra. And there's just so many opportunities for it, you know, as well as being vegan and raw. So you'll see more and more Naked products across a range, and hopefully there'll be something for everybody. And all of those occasions when you kind of feel guilty because you just ate something you wish you hadn't, you'll say, God, I could always eat the Naked version and not feel so bad.
That's fantastic. Well, I just cannot speak to Jamie anymore. I'm just too hungry. Thank you. I wish you all the best. Raw and vegan just does not get better than that. Cheers, Jamie. Thank you.